Hi, I'm Greg Wasinski, back with Michael James Mette, talking about the song All Things New from the album Between the Lines. Michael, thanks for being with me again.
Pleasure's all mine.
It's neat to go behind these songs with you, and I think that they have a different connection for each of the audience members out there as well as myself. But then I hear your perspective, and it inspires me. And this song, All Things New, I had a take on it, but when you told me where it came from, I got goosebumps.
Oh, really?
So tell me a little bit about All Things New.
So the song originally came when I went on Ash Wednesday and saw The Passion of the Christ in the theaters. And it's one of these movies that I think it kind of ruins your day. You know, when I saw The Green Mile, it was that way too, where it's like it hits you so hard, you're like, oh my gosh. Well, it's kind of like going to the Holocaust Museum in DC. It's so beautiful and so touching, but yet, how do you express it? And I remember one of the lines that really cut me from that movie was when Jesus falls down and his mother rushes up and she has this image of him falling down as a boy. And she wants to soothe him and be there for him. And he looks at her and he says, "Behold, I make all things new." And then he gets up and continues on ultimately to his sacrifice, his passion, and his death. And I remember just being cut by that and that really resonating with me emotionally. So I tried to write a song that was originally like a praise and worship song with that. And it had been around for a long, long time, and had kind of always been around. And so I like to revisit songs from time to time, like, hey, with a new set of eyes and a new set of ears and a new set of references, what would it sound like if we did this? And so we reimagined it kind of like a Switchfoot song. You know, I rewrote the verses so it wasn't so much a praise and worship like a communal song, but one of just like rock, you know, and saying, we're not the God of our past, we're not our habits, we're not what we were last year. Because so often I think that we do things and we have a success there, and then we find a comfort zone in staying in that kind of cycle. Yeah. And not saying, Holy Spirit, what are you trying to do? This is a new season. Today's a new day. How can we serve you with new eyes? Yeah.
Well, there's a theory that the things that make us victorious are also the things that hold us back.
Right.
And the disciples had a little bit of that. Lord, can we stay here? And it was, no, we need.
Yeah. Don't hold on to me. Don't hold on to me.
Yeah. We either need to move on to the next town, or And Jesus is always saying it was never about him. It was always about through me is how you get to the Father. That it's not about me. It was never about him. But the fact that in this moment, as you describe it, with him and Mary, and saying, "I make all things new," that it's powerful. That brings tears to my eyes to really think about for all of us, that no matter what we're dealing with in life, that our Good Friday is not permanent.
Right. It didn't end there.
Yeah, he knew that there would be an Easter Sunday, and he knew the fulfillment of the scriptures that would happen, and that was where the newness came. And so tell me a little bit about what that means to you when you think about in your personal struggle, in times that you've had a rough time, knowing that there was a Good Friday. Would you say that these words keep coming back to you that bring you out of that and inspire you?
Yeah, the bridge, it's not too late. It's never, ever too late. It's not too late for love. I think that there's so many times in our lives where we feel like we're lost, where we feel like we can never get that innocence back or that purity back, that we've seen things we can't unsee, that we get cynical with life. And our God is the God that forgives and that moves on and has great plans for us.
Yeah, he does. Well, certainly in my life, he's spent some time recreating me, as I'm sure he's done in your life as well. So let yourself be lost in the sounds of this great song, All Things New by Michael James Mette from the album Between the Lines.